Bonjour, my friends. We're meeting in Paris again, thanks to Brenda from Monner's Market and Sarah from Sunflowers and DIYing. I'll have links to both hosts and the playlist in the description box. For this DIY, I've got a thrift find. About 2 years ago, I found this at Goodwill, and I just added Grow with some rub-on transfers from DollarTree. But I want to give this a beautiful shabby chic makeover with an addition of this rustic pink by Rust-Oleum just to start, and then add some embellishments with a bit of air dry clay. My paint is dry, and I found Graphics Fairy a fleur-de-lis that I just traced out, and I want to use this with a bit of air dry clay. Once I had my image pressed into the clay, I took a combination of a small stir stick and that same embossing tool to cut the fleur-de-lis away from the larger portion of the clay. So I'm just continuing to just work around the fleur-de-lis with my little tools, smoothing out areas and pulling away extra pieces of clay. And once it looks nice, I do a dry fit to see how it's going to look placed on the watering can, and then I just kind of like fidget around with it a little bit more, trying to get it as close to the image that I traced it from as possible. And then I'm going to apply this with Aleene's tacky glue to adhere it to the watering can, and then I'll take a small piece of a wet paper towel just to smooth out the edges around the image. I think I'm gonna add a couple of roses. Okay, all of my clay is now dry. With all my clay dry, I have 3 different metallic paints: brushed metal, brushed gold, pure gold, and rose gold. So I am going to just do a combination of these 3. The outside edge, I'm going to start with the brushed gold, and then for the middle portion of the fleur-de-lis, I'll use that rose gold. The rose gold looks really beautiful against the rustic pink, and then I'll come back at the end and just add a little small trim of the pure gold. Now I did add an extra rose and some leaves. Once I get going with this air dry clay, I'm just like a little kid playing with Play-Doh. I just don't know how to stop. I'm going back over the flowers with paint colors that are a shade or two darker than the first color that I've put on the flowers, just so it gives a little variation in the coloring. Now I'm going to use dark umber or burnt umber to add some areas to darken up and make it just a little worn and shabby looking. And then the final thing I do is take a DollarTree chippy brush and a little white matte apple barrel paint, and I just go over my flowers just to make sure they pop just a little bit more. And here's my completed fleur-de-lis floral watering can. The fleur-de-lis has been used for many years in French royalty. I love the look of the fleur-de-lis. I wanted something bright, and I didn't want to keep that yellow of this watering can, so I thought this pink would be really beautiful along with some bright colored roses, and I'm so happy with the way this turned out. So I couldn't make up my mind what type of florals to add inside. So I'm trying out these beautiful pink cabbage roses. And then I have some really nice Real Touch florals that I found at Michael's. For beautiful DIY inspiration, please check out our hosts, Brenda from Monner's Market and Sarah from Sunflowers and DIYing. I found this fan at DollarTree. These beautiful florals and some lace, and it's given very much like Marie Antoinette, Regency, French vibe. But I thought, well, how about adding butterflies and a couple of little birdies to it? These are, and I found these at DollarTree last year. DollarTree is really stepping it up. I love these stamps. I don't know if this will work, but I'm gonna try it. So it didn't fully show up as much as I thought it would using the acrylic block. So I decided to try the birds with just pressing the stamp itself directly onto the fabric, and that seemed to work a lot better. So once I was finished adding a couple of birds, I went back over the butterflies without the acrylic block, and I think it turned out really cute. This fan would be a really cute look paired with some other French items and a vignette. For this DIY, I'm using a DollarTree picture that I had previously spray painted white, a chalk couture transfer, and some black umi transfer paste that I found on Amazon. You're supposed to be able to use this on multi-surfaces, including ceramics and glass. So I just put a nice scoop of it onto my mesh stencil and pull it through. I really like the way this stencil looks. It's a beautiful butterfly and this script writing behind it. Very like French country, and I thought this would be perfect on this little picture. And once my paste dried, I just added some DollarTree lavender inside my pitcher, and I think this turned out really pretty. These little pitchers are the perfect size to pop onto your countertop, on a tiered tray. Really cute accent decor pieces. And here's another look at the other two French-inspired DIYs from this video. I really enjoy both ShabbyChic and French Country decor DIYs. I hope you've enjoyed what I've created for you today. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you on board. And don't forget, there is a playlist. I'll have a link in the description box to the playlist and both Brenda and Sarah's channel. Thanks so much. Au revoir.